Oh, South Park premiered.
Hey everybody, welcome to Goots' Wrestling Pod. I'm your host Ray Goots, and I'm here with Kyle. Kyle, how you feeling, brother?
I'm doing all right. Listening to The Rock's new country music song. How you doing?
The Rock has a new country. Oh boy, The Rock.
Yeah, he's a song about his daughter.
Well, what are you gonna do? Hey, did his daughter ever put up any chairs? That's what I want to know.
Are we gonna talk about this too or no?
Yeah, just really quick. This is my
Okay.
this is my point. I'm 45, and I guess Eric Cannon is 45, and I think at 45 years old, if you are going on and on about a 19-year-old on social media, you need to have your head examined. That's how that's my point because he's still going on about it, and it's like, okay, this is a 19-year-old kid. Like, you guys just tell him, and 19-year-olds aren't going to listen. They're not going to care. They're not going to get it. He might get it later on, but I also don't think wrestlers need to put down chairs. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I've been avoiding talking about this because I don't care that much.
I don't care
But,
either, but I thought to myself like I could never keep yelling about a 19-year-old on social media at this point in my age. At this point, I don't even think I think the people like I thought to myself, oh, I know some 19-year-olds, and then I realized all these 19-year-olds that I thought I knew are like now like their 20s and 30s. So I don't even know any 19-year-olds to yell about.
I mean, I guess that's a good thing that you don't know any 19-year-olds. You have
Yeah,
people
yeah.
your
Or
age to
even
hang out with.
like a 19-year-old male comedian or female comedian. I just wouldn't make a post
Yeah.
yell about something.
No, there's a couple out there right now in New York. I think they might not even be 19 anymore, but
No one's 19, but AJ Styles.
a couple newbies. But yeah, no, I think I don't know, you have to someone has to tell him. That's what I thought. Not everybody has that like thought of like, all right, well, I'm gonna do every little thing.
Mhm.
Um like if you had like a new comic out there and for I'm just gonna use his name and it has nothing to do with him. I actually like him a lot. Greg Giraldo Jr., but he's like the only junior I can think of right now. If Greg Giraldo Jr. was there at Comedy Village and he and everyone else is barking and he just doesn't bark or doesn't know that he has to bark or whatever, and you ask him, like you don't get mad at him for not barking. Maybe ask him. And if you ask him and then he's like, fuck you, I don't need to do this, and then there's a problem. Maybe no one asked him, and if he did have that attitude, like I'm not gonna do this, then that's another conversation. But if he's not expected to do it, then he's not going to do it.
But
Like, why would he?
that's a conversation that Brett Lauderdale should have with AJ Styles. It's not a
Yeah,
conversation.
exactly. Yeah, it's not an Eric Con.
Yeah, and to go on and on. And also, I have a feeling they didn't ask him. I have a feeling that they didn't ask him, or they didn't like point blank say you must put down the chairs. They
Yeah,
just
like, hey, this is what we do. We set up the chairs, we set up the ring, we do A, B, and C.
and then
That's enough.
I saw like our best friend Dave Bixban. He retweeted, I believe it was him, that AJ Styles never put down the chair, so he doesn't know etiquette. He didn't. He was kind of like they didn't. No, not net, but he was like favorited into WCW before a lot of other people. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but AJ Styles is fucking awesome, and AJ Styles was one of the only reasons to order the weekly TNA pay-per-views. So I don't think he needed to put down chairs. I think his way of putting down chairs was stealing the show on every TNA pay per view and justifying me giving them $10 when they have fucking Jeff Jarrett versus Disco Inferno on at those same fucking shows. So like,
Oof.
I don't. So AJ Styles sucks now because he didn't put down chairs in 2000 in late 2000.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons people don't like AJ Styles.
But
This
I'm
is
just saying
just
like
one of the many reasons. This is just now a new one that people want to
I
add to it.
but I think but so the other guys put down chairs. They didn't make me want to watch. I'm sure maybe Disco Inferno put down a chair. It doesn't make me want to watch him. Like
You
it's
want to
just
get up
like
from the chair.
the fact that he had to stand with Vince Russo on TNA pay-per-views, and he still got me to spend money while Vince Russo's screaming him some fucking weirdo shit. I think that's more important than putting down chairs. I think he basically saved. My thing with AJ Styles is you can say what you want about him now. He basically saved wrestling not that's not WWF when it was at its most dangerous because he was the reason he was the reason why people order TNA. So you can say what you want, but you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, He is the reason why you watch TNA. That first fucking Hulk Hogan episode, go back and rewatch the main event with Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. It blows away anything else that night, including all the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels segments. It gets lost in the sauce because, but like, no matter how bad shit got, this guy fucking made it must see TV,
Yeah.
and that's why we have fans of alternative wrestling right now because it's going to be very very easy for all this shit to be tossed aside, and he was keeping it alive. So I don't think his son needs to put down chairs. That's my whole point.
Yeah, if you want him to put down the chairs, that's between the promoter AJ and the son. If he goes to the dungeon with Natalia and Natalia's not doesn't want him setting up the ropes or doing whatever, maybe he'll treat Natalia better. Maybe he knows more now. I don't have a dog in this fight. If he was supposed to put down chairs and he didn't, then you gotta reprimand him, not beat him or anything. Tell him if he if he is told to put up chairs and he puts down chairs, then he's putting down chairs now. Some people don't know things. Whether their dad's famous or not, some people don't know things. It's still a job at the end of the day. It's still a thing. There were things whenever I started a job, people were like, hey, you're supposed to do this. And then someone might be mad at me. I didn't do it. How am I supposed to be? I don't know. I didn't know you got to do that. So I don't think this is a 4 day conversation. This is just stupid. And this is
Well, I think
why
it's a funny conversation because Eric kind of keeps bringing it up, which is at this point it's like
it's over, dude. And
go
Cody
to
Rhodes got involved. And you're like,
because I
why
think
are you getting involved?
Cody had to basically put the guy in his lane. It's like
Yeah, but no, now people are against Cody because these guys, unfortunately, like Cody is because of nepotism, blah 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 blah. So Cody doesn't have a say because his dad is Dusty Rhodes. I don't.
I think his dad being Dusty Rhodes hurt him in WWF. I don't. I think if he had, I think he'd still be fucking Stardust in
Oh
NXT.
yeah, he had to leave for sure.
He had to leave. So it's like that didn't help him. I mean, go back and rewatch some of the shit they had this guy doing in 2012, 2014, through those years. You think that he was being groomed for any type of top position? Absolutely not. He was
They did
not.
not see it in him. They saw it in Ted. They didn't see it in him.
They saw it in Ted, yeah, and then they gave up on Ted too. So it's like I almost feel like sometimes having a dad in wrestling works against you. Like it really does. I almost feel like it's better to have a loser dad because then you go farther. Like Randy Orton. Now Bob Orton has been very nice to me, but what I'm saying is Bob Orton, it was no one's like the greatest wrestler to ever live is Bob Orton. Whereas like if you're David Flair or if you're Cody Rhodes, there's people who claim your dad walks on water, and that's a
Yeah,
hard
no,
thing to live up
I
to.
mean, those two, Joe Hennig is another one, or Mr. Perfect was in such high regard. It's very hard to live up to those shoes. Ted DiBiase, but
Same
as
thing.
Carmella, her dad was a enhancement talent. So
Mm-hmm.
Carmella, you don't even remember that Carmella is a second generation star, and Carmella was able to make her own path
I didn't know it until just now.
because
What do you think about that?
what happened?
I didn't know it until just now. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, yeah, Carmella's dad was a WWE superstar's enhancement talent,
Yeah.
and she's able to beat Carmella. It can be hard. It can be hard. Yes, you'll get opportunities. You'll get in the door. I'm sure, like Braun Breaker, there was no problems with him getting into the Performance Center. You can argue Braun Breaker, depending on how you feel about Rick Steiner. Um, Rick Steiner was never the top guy in the WWE or WCW. He was a pretty up there guy. But if he
Broad
was
Breaker,
if he was
Broad
Braun
Breaker.
Hart, it might be a little bit of a hard problem.
Yeah, Braun Breaker to me is like what Rick Steiner would have been like if he had been presented as the top guy and not a doofus. Like I still think that Braun Breaker should be the champ. Maybe by the end of the year. I got a good feeling about this. I'll tell you this much. I got a good feeling about Oba Braun. It feels like they're not just gonna have Braun. I really felt like they're just gonna have Oba kind of stand around until a Rumble. It looks like they're gonna have some intriguing storylines going on. And I did like the thing, like, hey Paul Heyman, do you think Oba's the future? Basically being
Hmm.
like, you're supposed, like Brock's. My thing with Braun, if I'm the character of Braun, should be like, Brock's gone. I know you believed in my dad and my uncle. I need you to make me the next Brock. If you can't, what do I need division for? You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility while Obafemi Roman Reigns would definitely sell out. and they're probably gonna just stick with that of an Oba Femi Braun Breaker WrestleMania main event in Saudi Arabia. That you could do for 43. It's a
Yeah.
possibility. Probably won't be. It's probably gonna be Roman, Roman and Oba, but but Oba still has the title shot. Whatever. So
No, he
Oba
gave
still
it up.
has it. No,
He gave it.
they said he still has it.
Well,
They they
maybe he
just
had.
brought it back. They
He,
this and the Nick Aldis thing they kept going flip-flopping about.
this is what they're gonna do. If the sales for Survivor Series are shit, he's suddenly gonna call in his title shot. That's what they're gonna do.
Probably. And
Yeah.
maybe Braun Breaker will cost them the title shot.
Um.
Or you do the old three-way dance where it's Braun, Roman, and Oba, and Roman gets eliminated first.
Well,
They would never do that to
or
him, but
Zilla Fatu beat the shit out of Roman. There you go.
yeah, well, I mean, he'll be on the main roster sooner than later. Bloodlines never ending, baby. We the
Mm.
ones.
Dude, it's crazy to me that Umaga has a grown ass kid. I mean, 2009 just feels like last Tuesday, and this fucking guy has a grown ass kid. It's fucking nuts, fucking nuts.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
mean, and he's been trying to get into WWE for years, so he's had his ups and downs as well.
I will say a lot of people believe in Zilla, and the fact that Zilla got in, despite having he's made a lot of enemies in the indie scene.
Hmm.
He's had an attitude. He has a criminal record. If his father was not Umaga, I don't know if you'd seen him on NXT, but a lot of people believe him. I'll say this about Zilla Fatu: it's his to lose. I think you want to talk about nepo baby. This is a guy who, because people love his father and his family, he's going to get every opportunity to become the next big thing, and it's his to lose. And he's proven that he can lose it in the past. So let's see what happens. But if you can keep your head on straight, I think that you will see Zilla Fatu Obafemi in 2, 3 years at a big show. I think you will.
No, I agree. Doesn't go. I mean, it doesn't help what we were just talking about earlier. But yeah, the old Umaga was a big influence on a lot of people. People really loved Umaga,
Mm-hmm.
and people were gonna give his son a shot and give him the opportunity. And this is another opportunity, so hopefully he doesn't lose that. And like you said, if he keeps his head clean, stays on straight, where the sky is the limit for him. If not,
Yeah.
he's another David Flair who we'll see later in this
Yeah.
thing.
He's got a lot of people on his side. I mean, I know friends of mine who don't really follow the Indies who really believe in him. He's got a lot of people on his side. So I hope he
Yeah.
knows that. And I sometimes feel like those are the people that fuck it up the most. It's like, hey man, we all like I was listening to I texted you about this. We'll talk about this on the air. I was
Mm.
listening to Nation of Domination reunion on the JDL podcast, and Ron Simmons was like, "You don't understand what how bad Ahmed Johnson fucked up because it wasn't if, it was when." And I would sit with him and be like, "Hey man, Vince really likes you. You're gonna get
Mm.
everything you want. Hey man, Vince really like. Hey man, I'm doing this because Vince really, dude. Basically Ron Simmons was brought in to turn Ahmed Johnson into Hulk Hogan. That's why they
Yes.
brought in, and everything that Ron Simmons was doing was to get Ahmed Johnson ready to be Hulk Hogan. And at the end of the day, Ron was like, "Man, you just let this opportunity slip through your fingers." And D'Lo Brown put it great. He goes like, he would have been the first black world champion. And they were gonna like make that a big thing, and they were gonna do a celebration of our culture. They were gonna do a whole like Vince and Gerald Briscoe said the same thing. He goes, we had a massive plan for this guy. And we every day he would do something to fuck it up. And we'd be like, no, 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 we're gonna stick with it. Finally, we had no choice. At Austin, like Ron Simmons told Ahmed Johnson, it doesn't matter how hot Austin is getting, you're gonna get the belt, and he still didn't believe him. And it's like, so sometimes when it's like this is you're gonna get this, those people fuck it up the most, you know?
Yeah, no, maybe it's self-sabotage or whatever. I know Ahmed said different things. I know he and Ron Simmons have patched things up, so
Yeah, this is
that's
after they patch things up, but
okay.
Ron Simmons is like, I was basically brought in to like get this guy to become the
Yeah.
biggest in the world, and he didn't.
No, I mean I remember the first when you saw him at Survivor Series, he slammed Yokozuna with ease. He splashes him. As a black kid, we were all we were all on board. We were like, oh, here we go. This is it. This is our guy. And it just didn't happen. He got kicked in the kidney, and once he got kicked in the kidney, just everything just went down from there. Everything.
He brought a gun. He brought a gun to a meeting with Jim Ross because he was going to shoot Jim Ross, and Godfather had to be in the meeting. This is like right before the
That's
end.
that's insane.
And Godfather says to him, Jim Ross thinks you're going to shoot him. They think there's a gun in your bag. Just so you know, if you reach for your bag, I'm going to fucking break both your arms. He goes, I don't want to break your arms. I don't even want to be here. But I'm going to let you know if you reach for your bag, I'm going to break both your arms. So now you and Jim Ross have this meeting. And he stood there and watched while they had the meeting about like money or whatever. Because he
It's,
told people, I'm going to shoot Jim Ross at this meeting. So they had the Godfather in there.
man, I mean, maybe if Unreal was a show back then, that would have been
Oh, but what a better show. Oh my God.
that would have been crazy. Instead of people getting mad at Liv Morgan.
Also, why is it Vince and armed security in that meeting? Why is it I think Godfather could basically end Ahmed Johnson's life if he went all out. So,
No,
you
he
know.
seems like a scary guy if you push him the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, isn't the nails? You would think they'd have more security after the nails incident. The nails choked Vince
Oh,
McMahon, right?
maybe Vince. I have a feeling though Vince wanted Ahmed to shoot him. I
Oh, he
think.
probably would. Yeah, he
I
was
mean,
like,
if he
oh,
tries to shoot him, that's going to be pretty funny. I mean, let's be
he
honest.
probably, no, the way he treats JR, he probably would
I
think it's
think
funny.
I think he kind of wanted it to go haywire, and then because then he could fire Ahmed, and then he could like laugh at Jr. You know,
And then get the JR like memorial money.
they do like a Jr. memorial show, but it's like shitting on Jr. Like they have like Oklahoma doing
Oh my God.
it,
Oh, what a bad gimmick.
like Jim,
So,
like Vince just shits on Jim Ross even, and then doesn't take any responsibility for
well, you know he
essentially
wasn't gonna
like
take any
walking.
responsibility.
Oh,
Zero.
you know,
But speaking
I
of
didn't
Jim
really know yet.
Ross,
Mm-hmm.
speaking of Jim Ross, he just had his brain surgery, so that's what
Yeah, hopefully,
Conrad said. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
hoping the
yeah.
best for him
Hopefully,
there.
Jim is okay. I listen. I love Jim Ross, but I do. I listen to his podcast. I kind of get why Vince gets annoyed at certain people in wrestling. I kind of get why he got annoyed by Foley. I kind of get why he got annoyed by Jim Ross. Like, I kind of get why there's certain people that got under his skin, you know. And he's not the
Mm-hmm.
type of guy to like if he annoys you, like he just like. I think a lot of people are just like you gotta go. I think he likes to keep them around and torture them,
Mm-hmm. Unless he
you
really
know.
wants to get rid of somebody, yeah.
Unless I think if he gets rid of you, he just doesn't. He really sees nothing in you. I think there's always money in Jim Ross to this day. I think like bro, like if Jim Ross was not with AEW and you brought him out at WrestleMania to call like the main event, even in Saudi Arabia, I think he'd get like a massive standing ovation. Like you'd have to
Oh
you'd have
yeah,
to
people love him.
you'd have to pause the show so he could get like a 20-minute standing ovation. So like I always think there's money in Jim Ross, but I, I can see sometimes how he would annoy people like Vince McMahon or me. So I could see myself being annoyed by him if he was my coworker. That's all I'll say.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I think, but I would want him to be my coworker for as long as I have a company. I was, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean he's still good. He's still good. I mean he's not as good as he once was, obviously, but I still enjoy hearing him when he's out there in AEW. He's not there that often, but maybe the one or two matches he does. It was a little rough start at first, but it seems like he got his groove in the company.
I know. Yeah. All right. Speaking of groove, let's talk about someone who did not have their groove, which is Uncensored 99. It's overall, this is a very I don't know. It's just I feel like Eric Bishop has admitted he was on vacation in his pay-per-view and he had mentally checked out.
Oh,
Like
great.
he basically he admitted when they covered this on his show that because they were just mailing him like what they're gonna do and he just kept saying yes, not even reading it. He's like they probably could have said we're gonna shoot Hogan mid-ring and I would have been like that's great, let's do it. And went back.
It's a lot of gun talk today.
I'm sorry. But like because this show feels very weird. It feels very disconnected from the last few shows. Another big problem with this show, and again, it's just these are all these little things you. There's no Goldberg on the show, but there's Mikey Whipwreck and Sandman,
Hmm.
and they're kind of brought out like you should know who they are, and judging by the complete non-reaction both of them get. Oh well, Sandman gets a reaction when the match starts. Um, it's kind of
The
like
Sandman's been on TV already.
yes, but he's still not getting the react. I mean, also his entrance is just like it's just they
Yeah,
take every.
he's got Mongo's music.
But it's like you know, why is Goldberg not on the show, but these guys are? I mean, I don't understand. And why is Vincent on the show having a match, but like,
Oh my God.
and it's just very weird. It's very half put together. There are some interesting moments, but even like the Hogan Flair, suddenly now Flair's the bad guy, and the announcers have shifted how they talk, and it just doesn't add up to what we've seen. Like,
Hmm.
what have these people done to one another that justifies the announcers now being like, oh, whatever. But when he wins the belt, they don't react. Like, this should be massive. This should be like, oh, we've outsmarted the NWO. We've used their tactics against them, and now the belt is back in WCW, and they aren't that enthusiastic. I don't get why there's this shift in tone. It doesn't match anything, and it doesn't even match early in the show. Early in the show, Nash is still acting like the evil wolf pack, and Hogan's not. It's very strange. What did you think of this whole thing?
No, I thought it was strange as well. It's as always, it's like a good match or two. Like Billy Kidman, probably MVP of 98, 99, or one, or definitely in the top like five of the wrestlers in WCW of the wrestling part. Um, but no, they start like this is when Hogan starts to turn face again, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He turned
So
basically a face turn. He's face
yeah,
after.
yeah. So that's the start of this, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Why this is happening? Why is Ric Flair all of a sudden the evil, corrupt GM or evil, corrupt owner?
Yeah.
Um, they're bleeding like right away. It is a first blood match. And they just were like, well, it's the referee's discretion, I guess. I don't know if he was accidentally busted open or whatever. They just had to
Mhm.
go with it. But it's just a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I can see now. The more I watch these shows now, I can see why Hogan agreed to a feud with Kidman because he feels like a star in the making out of everybody here, and he's not allowing himself to get lost in the shuffle. So I think
Hmm.
nowadays people are like kind of mystified that Hogan agreed to it, but I mean, if even if you have to pay attention to these shows, like I'm sure Hogan was, you can tell that like there's money in Kidman. They never got there, but there was money in Kidman. So.
Oh, there was. They were trying, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we'll figure that out as we go. So let's start the show. The first matchup, since we're talking about Kidman, let's just get right into it. It's Kidman versus Mikey Whipwreck. This is his debut. Now, here's my thing that I would just fucking strangle Tony Schiavone and Mike Tenay all them. Why would you not mention that Mikey Whipwreck pins Stone Cold Steve Austin? Why would you not mention that? Why would that not be a massive talking point on this show? Because when Kidman beats him, you can essentially say Kidman is tougher than Stone Cold Steve Austin because Stone Cold Steve Austin never got his win back against Mikey Whipwreck. Mikey Whipwreck um, it has is the one opponent Austin couldn't get past. So that should be something you talk about. That should be a big fucking deal. I feel like I feel like if fucking Akira Tozawa beat Roman Reigns and never got an, and then he went to AEW before Roman could get his win back, I think that would be a talking point. I don't know.
No, they would probably be calling him the Chief or something. The Chief Akira Tozawa, the one true Chief or whatever. Um, No, it was weird. They brought him out with no fanfare. I don't really think there was a mention of ECW. Yeah, like it was just they expected you to know who he was, just like how a couple now years ago they expected everyone to know who the Machine Guns were, and it just doesn't work like that for some people. Not
No.
everyone is a smart fan. Not everyone is a learned fan, and I don't think that did Mikey Whipwreck any favors. I think Bobby Heenan, as funny as he is, not getting his name right ever didn't give him any favor. Just kept calling him Whiplash and Shipwreck and all the other dumb names. Does not help, but
Doesn't
I
help.
like the ma I like the match.
Honestly, I don't know if they had the Vince thing, but I love Heenan. He can do no wrong, but it's like, hey man, you're not helping. You're not helping this guy. And if you're not gonna say his name right, then don't fucking talk this match. Like just don't like it doesn't help this guy. Just doesn't. You're essentially you might as well just say I don't give it. This guy's a fucking loser. Is gonna get fired soon. Who gives a fuck?
That's
That's what you should
that's
say
what
on the
that's what it felt like. It was just
yeah.
like, look,
It's
if he
like
was already there, you were like, he used to be like Chico Santana and all that other stuff. Santana was established already. You knew who Tito Santana was. It was just Bobby Heenan being Bobby Heenan. Your first day, your first match, that doesn't
because
help anybody.
Heenan, by the way, at this point is just checked out, and
Yeah,
I understand that, but like hey man, Mikey Repek's trying to make a living. You got to help him a little bit. You got to help him a little bit here. You,
no,
you,
I
you,
agree.
you can help this fucking guy. The match is fine. I think Mikey Repek's trying to make a point. Honestly, if I was Mikey, I would have gone for a different look in WCW. I would have tried something a little bit different. I don't think this flies here. That look that he has. He does look better than in Kingston. So I will give him
All
that.
right, we didn't need to say that.
But no, he doesn't look out of shape. It looks like he's like been watching TV on his couch and went to the ring, which works for ECW. I don't think it works here. You need a bit of a cleaner look like Kidman has.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's always been his look. I know he dyed his hair like red at some point. I think because
oh
he
yeah, we're coming
started
to that. Yeah,
with yeah, but besides that, he's had those weird ass shirts and the big knee pads, and
yeah.
that's what I know him as.
So it's so funny. He's in one of the 2K games because you can have him fight Austin, and Joey Styles was the commentary, which is great. If
Yeah,
you,
crazy how
I
they did that.
deliberately made that match go longer to see how much they recorded with Joey Styles. And they actually recorded a lot because I'm like, I think they expect you to like the match to be over fast, right?
Yeah.
And no, if you just kind of fuck around and try different things, Joey will talk about it, which is kind of interesting. You know that one?
Oh. Yeah, 2K16. I think people really like that season mode because you got to be Stone Cold and go through a lot of Stone Cold's history, and you do a cool thing like that. They don't do that anymore. I think now they may have added commentary back for a while. They didn't add commentary, and they had like this slingshot technology, which they might still have, where it cuts into the match and not
Yeah,
the
I don't.
cutscene anymore. And I don't know, man.
I,
These
I think I'm
games.
kind of done with you. I haven't bought a 2K game since 2024. I think I'm kind of done with the 2K games for now. I just
I
don't.
stupidly buy them every year, but I'm playing them guessing less and less. I
Mhm.
just none of my
Also,
friends play it anymore. I mean, we used to all play. We don't play them anymore.
yeah,
So they just kind of. I don't really have the time to sit and like if I want to create my own little world, own little universe. I don't really have that time anymore either. So, and then the my faction of it all.
yeah, no, I've never even opened that thing. Also, like, so I have like a bunch of them on the PS4, and I can kind of like play a pretty good Legends League without ever having to worry about like, oh, they didn't put in Obafemi. Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
love that he's like the talking point, or Zilla Fatu. Oh, okay. I mean, like, but I can play fucking the Heart Foundation versus the Mega Powers in a Hell in a Cell. So like, you
Hey,
know,
if that's what you want out the game, yeah.
that's pretty fun. I enjoy it. So, all right. Now these guys should be in the next. Oh, overall, what'd you think of the match? I thought it was okay. I thought it went a little bit too long, but I thought it was pretty good. What'd you think of the match?
Oh, I mean, I enjoyed the match. Like it was. It does. It's not that I'm gonna go back and be like I'm gonna go rewatch it, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
I like both guys, so I didn't have a problem with it.
yeah. No, it was fine. It was fine. It's just they give up on Mikey Ripek so fast, and we'll see as we continue watching these. Up next,
I'm
now
sure.
this did not help the NWO either. They literally on TV make everyone that was in Hollywood losers. I don't know why you just wouldn't get rid of all these guys, but the NWO Black and White is now the loser squad, and Hogan is manipulating them. And we have a Harlem street fight because both guys are black, so obviously it's a Harlem street fight. All right, that's how you know a real racist is booking these things. It's a
Oh yeah.
Harlem street fight between Stevie Ray and Vincent. Now, Virgil has not had a one-on-one pay-per-view match since he fought Yokozuna at Survivor Series 1992. This
Oh
is
my
his big
God.
moment, and he fails miserably. Um, this sucks. This match stinks. I don't know why you can't put this on Thunder. I don't know why would you put this on pay-per-view? Why? All it does is ruin the NWO storyline. It makes everybody in the NWO look like losers. This is though the first NWO versus NWO match, like where like they're not like a separate faction. Stevie Ray wins, which thank God for that. What did you think?
Terrible. Like it's just terrible. I wish it wasn't terrible, but it was bad. It was awful. It was don't they just like fall at one point? Like I think like some spot's supposed to happen and Stevie Ray falls to the ground and then Vincent just falls like right afterwards. Like it's just a bad match. It's unfortunate. I mean, I wasn't expecting a great match from those two either, but just a bad match and should not be on the show. Why is this on
Yeah,
the show? Like
it's
put it
it's
on
just
Nitro, I guess. I mean, I guess because Nitro, the ratings, you want everything to be better on the ratings, but I don't want to pay $40 for this. If I'm paying $40,
30 back then.
$30,
Yeah,
that's still a lot of money. So
it's just
it's a Domino's order. I remember these were
it,
like
it,
two pizzas for 20.
it sends a signal that they just don't care anymore. Like it's like you're telling me that you can't find a spot for Juventud. You're telling me you can't find a spot for I don't Disco Inferno above these guys. Like that's how bad it is. I'm like, you can't find
Yeah,
a.
it's bad when you want Disco Inferno on the show over
It's
Vincent.
just like it just tells me that you don't care. It just everything about the show tells me that you don't care, and this is why WWF is winning because it's like this is a show where the hardcores are giving you money, and you're basically like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You give me money. This is what you're gonna get because I don't have time to put into putting together a good card anymore. I just don't have time and I don't care.
It's really
And,
unfortunate.
we go on and about everything great that Eric Bischoff did, and yes, and he throws himself. Him and Conrad Thompson have been throwing themselves an 8-year victory party for fucking getting their asses beat, and it's like,
Well, also been
bro,
coming at Roman Reigns.
you're already tired. You got the job in 1993, and you're already like just checked out. And by the way, he just remains checked out for the rest of his life. It's like, dude, like a little bit of adversity and you can't handle it, you basically want to shut down. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, you can at least get on the phone and be like, we can't put Vincent on pay-per-view. Think of something better.
He's skimming through the emails. Yes, yes, yes. Vincent. All right. Nope. All right. Nope. I'm back in.
Even
I
even if
got
I
me.
even
I'm
if
back
I'm
in.
even if I was trying to get fired, I would care enough to be like, don't put Vincent and Stevie Ray on pay-per-view. Come on, guys.
Like, don't make me look that bad.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Here's
terrible match.
another. Here's another. This whole Rey Mysterio. I saw a post, by the way, and I'm convinced it was put up by Kevin Nash's cousin. That Rey Mysterio without the mask was just as over with the mask. Blow it out your ass. His career's fucking over. Right now in '99, it's Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio. He's got no mask. Um, Nash just fucking whoops his ass and pins him, and that's it. And every time Ray does something, Nash just denies him. Luger trips him up. Luger now is basically just Luger looks so fucking bored. Dude, the aura Luger had 2 years ago, and now he's just like waddling to the ring with an oversized shirt on to stand next to Nash while Nash just beats the shit out of Rey Mysterio. Um, Fucking brutal, man. Dude, I don't want to hear anyone who tells you that Ray was over in 99, 2000. I really thought the guy was just going to retire and that would be it. Like, I thought the guy was done in like around 2000. Brutal, brutal. Any way to make Ray marketable without the mask goes out the fucking window with this match. I thought this fucking stunk. What did you think?
That was unfortunate for Ray, but I do know people who genuinely like um unmasked Devil Horns Ray. I won't say they liked it better than the mask Ray, but he made chicken salad out of chicken shit with the filthy animals and maybe it was just kind of black kids. related to him, despite not being Mexican. But he did have a section of the fan base that like did like the unmasked Rey Mysterio. But was it the masked
Listen,
Rey
they weren't.
Mysterio? No. But he had his supporters and was over despite whatever shit they were throwing his way.
Well,
But
they weren't showing up at the arenas, or they weren't. They decided to silently cheer him when they were there
yeah,
because
well, they don't come here. They didn't come to New York often, but they really didn't. But I think Ray calling him the Giant Killer. I think he already got his win over Nash at this point, right? He gets
yeah,
a win over Nash, but calling him the Giant Killer and then having him lose when it matters on the pay-per-view doesn't do him any favors as this new character that you just took the mask from. So I think that didn't help. Luckily, he finds a way to stay decent. He's not a main eventer, but he and Kidman become a team for a while. There's a bunch of filthy animals, no limit stuff that we'll all get into and have a grand old time revisiting. But he should have won. If you're gonna do this and you're gonna take a mask off somebody and try and make this guy more marketable as the unmasked Rey Mysterio, do the marketing part. Have him win. He didn't have the horns yet, but sell the horns. I don't know. Sell the. They ever sell the hat? I know people have made the bootleg hats, but did WCW ever sell the Mysterio hat? Remember he used to have like the wool hat, the knit hat with the Mysterio's name on it.
they never did WCW sell. WCW didn't sell anything.
Yeah, well, he had a bunch of marketable things. If you're gonna go with this unmasked thing, he looked like a
Yeah.
little hoodlum, and that was the
They
time,
also,
especially 99, 2000. Everybody wanted to be a little hoodlum. It's the
I don't
kids.
think it's, so. They had a lot of market. They had the West Texas Rednecks. No merch for them. They had
Oh, that would have really sold out. I mean, especially in that
dude,
area.
I'd buy a West Texas Redneck shirt today. You want to know the fucking truth?
I mean, I don't think they want you buying one.
Well, it's their fault. They had
Chalk Line has the Mysterio hat if you want to wear one.
okay, but that's like after the fact. I mean,
No,
let's
I
not get.
know. I'm just saying that eventually somebody was like, "Let's sell the hat." I thought
I'm
WCW
shocked
sold
that
the hat.
Jericho got a shirt. I still want the Monday Night Jericho shirt. I'm still shocked that got made. You know,
Yeah.
that was a real shirt they sold on the air. I mean, and Dean Malenko had a shirt, which is also crazy. I mean, if you had a shirt in WCW, that's like I think that's more important. And you weren't in the NWO. To me, and around this era, if they actually made you a shirt, that's actually more important to me than getting in the WWE Hall of Fame because they didn't make shirts for anybody.
No, they didn't. I just see here you could have little Goldberg workout gloves.
Um, I bought
And
a. I
Saturn
had
had
a.
a shirt, a very ugly shirt, but Saturn has a shirt.
Oh wow!
It's
See,
him. It looks like oh, that was a planet, and it's him instead of Saturn. Bret Hart had a pennant.
that's fucking crazy.
Anyway,
I love it.
they
All
could
right,
have
here we
done more with Ray. Hey, Bam Bam has a shirt. They could have done more with Ray. They did not.
All right. Oh, Bam Bam had a shirt. They must have sold like twice. All right, here we go.
Poor
I can't
guy.
believe. I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
oh, they did sell the hat. They sold the Mysterio hat. They had a Mysterio like jersey with camo sleeves. They have a K Dog RIP shirt, even though nobody's dead. Uh, that looks like a horse that's supposed to be Pepe, but Pepe's gone. So just have a stuffed horse. They tried. I don't think they
All
tried
right.
that much, but they tried. They also had a Wolfpack wolf stuff. You get a wolf and have the Wolfpack shirt on.
Well, the Wolfpack merch was everywhere. That I saw.
Yeah, but no, this is like a cute little wolf, like a stuffed wolf, which does
Oh
not
yeah,
really go with
yeah,
him.
I do remember the stuff. Wolf. All right, so they had more stuff.
All right, maybe they just maybe we
They made it, but they didn't tell anybody because I was
yeah.
fucking
There
watching
were
WCW like a
no
lunatic.
commercials, I guess. Only hotline commercials.
Ugh. All right, here we go. I cannot believe it's March of '99. This shit is still going on. It's Jerry Flynn versus Ernest Miller and Sonny Ono. Sonny Ono still having fucking pay-per-view matches in '99. I mean, dude, I've gone on rants about this guy time and time again.
You're so angry that you got up.
Yeah, but my dog's making noise and she has to pee. Um, I can't. I can't. I want to know, like, what? Who? I want to fucking. This would be my podcast. This would be my 83 weeks. It'd be 83 seconds. Basically, me yelling at Eric Bischoff. I, how the fuck is this guy constantly on TV? Wrestling, wrestling. 7 minutes? You're gonna waste 7 minutes on this fucking guy. Goldberg's at home watching Sopranos, and you're fucking wasting 7 minutes on Sonny Ono. This match was an abomination. Now, I do think there could have been more with Jerry Flynn. Obviously, Ernest the Cat Miller. Ernest Cat Miller doesn't even need Sonny Ono. He can talk. Fucking thing sucked. What do you think?
Terrible again. I mean, I know, sorry, Jerry Flynn. Like, I don't care. Like you conditioned me for years to not care about this Saturday night character. Now he's in a feud with Ernest Miller, especially watching through the pay-per-view because I'm not watching the Nitros. We're not watching the Nitros. We're watching the pay-per-views. So I go from Super Brawl to not Spring Stampede, Uncensored. And I'm like, Jerry Flynn has a fucking match, and this is the match. It's like, oh hell no! Like I don't want to watch this. So I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch it. I didn't enjoy it. I don't even think it was a good match to have. This match could have been. I don't know, man. You take out those two matches, Vincent and Jerry Flynn, you could have thrown somebody else in.
Well, also, it's like you have this super NWO, and they're barely on the card, and it's like, well, why couldn't you do unless Luger was hurt and he's not letting us know? I'm sure Scott Hall was on drugs again, which is why he's not there. But why couldn't you do Luger Luger versus Conan again? I would rather see that, like, and then have Conan get the win, unless Luger was like, I'm not losing. So they're like, well, Sonny Ono will lose. Um, I just don't know why we're still seeing Sonny Ono in matches. He's
I don't
not
know.
he's not good. I mean, you want to talk about Slick or some of these other guys. I mean, this guy's 20 times worse than any of the worst managers we've ever seen.
I
He's a
like Slick.
stereotype. He's just horrible. And I don't understand why he keeps. It's one thing to have him on the show, but he keeps getting matches. He's getting matches.
No, I agree. He's not a wrestler. I don't think the fans are into like it's not a situation like Bobby Heenan where you want to see him in the weasel suit or get beat up or he's in a match where you're like, oh, he's gonna get his. It's just he's just there and nobody
Yeah,
wants to see him.
it's just like, what is going on? It really is appalling.
Mm.
All right, so yeah, fuck them all. Okay, here we go. Benoit Malenko cut a promo, whatever. But next up, it's Hardcore Hack versus Bam Bam Bigelow versus Raven. Um, I thought that this at this point on the show is the best match on the show. I think when the match starts, people don't really care about Hardcore Hack. They don't know about him. I think he wins them over. This has been Bam Bam's best match since he got here. Raven's good. Chastity's with them now. Chastity turns on Raven at
Yeah.
the end, which who cares? Apparently that's his sister. So
Yes.
I think Hack's his brother in this saga. I don't know. Not much makes sense. But I thought this was pretty fun. I thought this was really fun. This was a fun little brawl. Sandman knew how to get the crowd up and going. I enjoyed it. What do you think?
No, I like this match. And I really like all three people, and they deliver the jarring part. I don't know what was going on with the mic in the on the show, but you just hear Bam Bam breathing the entire show, the entire match. So just like I don't know what where there's just a microphone that was just loose or something, but you hear him breathing throughout the whole thing. Maybe you hear them call like one spot, but like it's. They're trying. They're not trying super hard, but they're trying with this Raven storyline. I think with a guy like Hack, you're handcuffed because if you know him from another place, you know Sandman. You want Sandman. You know you don't want Hack. You want the Sandman. You want the Sandman entrance. You want the Sandman beard. You want all of that stuff, which is also why it didn't really work in the WWE, even though he had the name the Sandman. You want him to be the character, like how Raven, for the most part, is the same guy that he was in ECW, for the most part. Shane Douglas, same thing when he comes. Bam Bam Bigelow. He's always been Bam Bam Bigelow. Hack and the Sandman are so different as characters that even if you give them barbed wire or cane or whatever, it just something's missing, and that something is the Sandman aura, as the
Mhm.
kids say. So I think that just kind of hurt him in the long run. But in this specific match, everyone did a good job. It was crazy. It was plunder. Chastity turned heel face for whatever reason, and more to come in the Raven saga.
Mhm. Yeah, I really I really enjoyed this. I am very surprised they gave Hack the win. And it's so funny because it's just common sense. You sign a new guy who is a big star somewhere else, you give him the win. But I really thought that they
Now,
weren't
Mikey
going to
Whipwreck.
yeah, they weren't going to do that for the Hack man. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I kind of feel there's another world where Sandman is a big deal in WCW, WWF. Being a different character than Sandman, but finding something that captures his aura like Paul Heyman did, and I would love it. I don't know when you do it or what the excuse would be to do it, but I would love Sandman to have his full entrance at a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam out there 2 nights. I just think that like him doing like one last Enter Sandman entrance, maybe he could be like somebody's mentor. Maybe somebody like I keep using his name, but we'll keep going. Oba Femi has like a extreme street
Oh,
fight
Femi and the Sandman.
and he goes to Sandman to mentor him, and Sandman comes out as his second and gets the big entrance. I would love to
Wasn't he?
see him do that entrance on the biggest stage, or maybe Tony Khan can have. I think Sandman has legend contracts. I don't think Tony Khan can do
Yeah.
it.
No. Tony
But
Khan, to his credit, would have paid for the money. He would have paid for the song and all of that.
I would love Sandman to have one last big entrance on the biggest stage they can find. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, did he do an NXT run? Did he do like an NXT cameo or no?
Did he? I kind of feel like he did that. I know Rhino was there. Dawn Marie was there, which was
Yeah.
very surprising. They went. I think they got someone very obscure, but the crowd knew who they were. Like someone I was
Yeah.
they reached out to. I forget who it was,
I don't think he did one yet, but
but
I
Rhino
know
was there that
the
day.
FBI was there.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn Marie may or may not have an OnlyFans now, I heard. Oh, she did. So
He does have an
have fun.
OnlyFans.
Have fun with that if you $5. Oh no, $55. I mean 55 years old. I was like $5 worth a
Oh,
shot. But uh goonerness aside, the Sandman, yeah, I think it would be cool. I think it's just not something that especially the WWE of now does. They seem to honor their legends in a weird way, and by weird ways is put them in the front row for 3 seconds. And it's like, hey, there's Dan Spivey, and then never hear from them again. Say what you want about Vince McMahon, I do miss like kind of the backstage segments or when like a legend like say Grayson Waller or somebody's talking shit about the ECW legends and the Sandman comes out and like canes them, you know. I kind of miss some of those little spots, but it would be cool to see the Sandman like if someone needs to tap into the hardcore, kind of like what they tried to do with Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar when he went to like Terry Funk and Mick Foley. Like you just have somebody like tap into like maybe like a Chelsea Green even somebody that's funny. Obafemi might be like too left field, but I mean too like he's too protected right now. But like Chelsea Green needs a hardcore match, so she's like drinking the beer and she's trying to swing a cane and maybe get Matt Cardona involved. Yeah, some fun with it. And then they come out together. You know, Sandman gets his big entrance, and then Chelsea has her entrance, and it'd be nice. It'd be fun.
yeah, no, that'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
It's not gonna
And
hurt anybody. It might hurt the sponsors. Might hurt Miller Lite. Not Miller Lite. Mug root beer.
you know what? You know what? Get a beer sponsorship and have Sandman drink that beer. Like, there you go. To get a an IPA or
He
something.
doesn't drink anymore, you know.
Well, you know what? He's got to make some sacrifices. I'm trying to give him a moment here. All right, what do you want from me? All right, well,
He can drink the Michelob Ultra
he
non-alcoholic
can drink the
beer.
mug root beer. Maybe he can drink. No, the mug root beer guy shows up and they drink it together. Then Sandman canes him after they
Uh,
drink. Well, yeah, Sandman can do the mug root beer thing. That'd be fun.
yeah. Or maybe he didn't realize it was mug root beer. When he drinks it, he gets mad that it's mug root beer. But then he canes the guy. And then he likes the mug root beer because you got to get people to like mug root beer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good
Speaking
old
of
Sig.
mug root beer, bring where's Hagar the Horrible? That was the mascot for a long time.
I know, yeah.
Is he
By the way,
offensive? Like, is that like an offensive thing now?
no, no, no. Hagar, no. I mean, not that I know of. I know he did like. Not, I don't know. I think every now and then they suggested him and the Vikings did bonk a woman over the head and take them with her. Like, but I don't know if people.
Comics are still going apparently.
Yeah, I don't think people. I don't think Gen Z even knows what Hagar the Horrible
They,
is to
do,
defend it.
they do not.
I
Just
mean,
me.
they actually have to like get out of their comfort zone to be offended. I'm sure. Now, I'm sure if DreamWorks made a Hagar film, they would find stuff to be offended by him.
Oh, it's coming. They could
I mean, I
someone
would
could
go see
make it.
that Hagar movie right now. So
If the chipmunks can come back again, Hagar could come back.
Hagar still being made. That's really is Beetle Bailey still being made?
I don't know.
Who
But
I
it
say
says yeah, it says that the author is not Dirk Brown anymore, but the current status is running.
I would love to be a friend group of people who like still like are all about Hagar, like or Beetle Bailey, like because there has to be people out
Beetle
there still reading Beetle Bailey. Like, oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, reading them. Yeah, Beetle Bailey's still around. I remember Ziggy was around. Ziggy was still here too.
Um,
A little leaning towards a certain area with Ziggy comics the last time I looked, but I was like, okay.
oh, okay, yeah, I've fallen off of Ziggy. All right.
I don't really have a newspaper to read these anymore.
Well, now they're online. I know like Flash Gordon and the Phantom are published online now, but they're still like little.
Uh,
Yeah. So Flash Gordon is still going too. So I think Dick
look at that.
Tracy is still going.
Look at
Um,
that, guys. Comics never die.
I kind of like. I like knowing certain things are keep happening, even though I don't pay attention to them. Like I don't want
Yeah.
Dick Tracy to ever end. Like I want like 300 years from now, I want there to be a Dick Tracy comic strip.
Is Dick Tracy still going on?
Yeah, he's still going.
Look at that.
Like I like that there's a constant out there. I think we need constants out there. I want Time Magazine to keep being published, even if I don't buy it. I want I want Saturday Night Live I could give two shits about. I want certain things to be on TV. Like I want Sesame Street to always be on. Like certain things need to just keep going.
Yeah, Sesame Street needs to always be there. What are we talking about?
Yeah. So General Hospital, I think should never be canceled at this point. I think literally like nothing should stop it. So there's certain things I like the fact that they never end. Like I don't like I'm not gonna watch them, but I want it out there. And Dick Tracy and Flash Gordon and Beetle Bailey are some of those things.
Well, they're still out there for you.
All right, good job, Dick Tracy. All right, up next, it's Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko versus Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham. This is a rematch, and it's a strap match. It's
Oh
a
yeah.
lumberjack strap match. It's a lumberjack match at the very least. Yeah, this is okay. This is a much better match than the month before. Uh Arn Anderson comes in. Basically, Arn Anderson taps into his 80s persona, hits Henning with a tire iron. Finally, a little bit of revenge for 97. You know, they don't really talk about it. Uh the Benoit and Malenko win. Was it that great? No. Was it better than last month? Yes. And now we can move on from this horribly boring feud. What did you think?
You said all of it. I don't really care about the feud. The match was what it was. I like the Arn Anderson appearance. I'm glad that Benoit Malenko won, and I don't want to really see this tag match ever again. The Lumberjacks didn't really add anything to him. Kendall Windham, Bobby Duncombe Jr. Eventually, Texas Rednecks, I want to say.
Oh yeah, the West Texas Rednecks is when this little Headings group becomes must see. They're not there yet,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, and we'll get there. We'll get there. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, up next, goodbye to Jericho because this is it for him on pay-per-view. It's Saturn versus Chris Jericho in a dog collar match. And I kind of feel like this feud has worn out its welcome, just like the Benoit. I don't want to be down on Jericho. It's so funny how like I feel like Jericho is being positioned to be more of a not a cruiserweight anymore.
Hmm.
but also it's like it's just not interesting. Saturn wins. That's it for Jericho. We'll see him in WWF. But yeah, I don't know. It was okay, but I'm ready for Jericho to be in WWF, and I think he's ready. I think he's doing his job, but he clearly doesn't want to be there. What do you think?
No, I was surprised when I saw that Saturn and Jericho were still feuding. I was also surprised to see Benoit and Malenko and the horse not Horseman, Hennig and Wyndham still feuding. But this one I was like, still? And Saturn's doing whatever with the dress thing still, or like even more Marilyn Manson this time. And the match was okay. Not their best. Dog collar kind of hindered them. He tries to go for like a moonsault, and it just kind of looks weird with it. I did like the walls of Jericho or Lion Tamer into while being choked, so like he couldn't do everything that he wanted to do because he's getting choked out. But overall, I'm ready for this to end too. I'm ready for Y2J
Yeah,
um,
me too. We're gonna get there. And
sooner
even
than later.
what happens next with him is a big improvement over where he's been. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, up next we have Booker T versus Scott Steiner. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something.
Uh,
Uh, these two actually have better matches in 2000 and 2001 when the company's going down the toilet. I was shocked at how
I
bad.
see that.
What? Oh,
I see that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think Scott Steiner was injured and he wasn't really letting anybody know because he goes away like around June. He vanishes for 6 months, and they do an angle where he says he's retiring, and then they reverse
Hmm.
it in the year. But people were saying like he might have to retire. Like I don't think he's going to come back from this. So
Yeah.
I think he was worse off than he was letting anyone know around this era because Booker T has been killing it, and this match is just I see these two as like a really cool rival, like a really cool latter day classic WCW rivalry, and this kind of
Hmm.
stinks. Buff Bagwell costs Scott Steiner the match. This leads to Buff Bagwell being thrown out of the Wolfpack. But overall, like I didn't think it was this good. Booker T won, which is great, but I think Scott Steiner probably should have taken time off sooner than later. You know?
No, I think yeah, Scott Steiner should have. I mean, he was pretty hot, so I get that trying to not leave
Yeah,
and
like yeah.
keep your spot. But it's a good thing to happen because he leaves and comes back and he's hotter than ever. Like people love Scott Steiner. He's the one of the faces, if not the face of like the heels in WCW in the 2000s. Sorry, Jeff Jarrett, but people really resonate with Scott Steiner more than they did with Double J. But yeah, this is one of the earlier Booker T Scott Steiner matches. Not that good. I do think they have better matches in the future. And but this is your quote Rock Triple H feud for the 2000 for the next couple years till our ending days of WCW. So get ready for it.
Yeah, so yeah, they really have a really good time. They really have a at the end when we're saying goodbye to WCW. These two are Scott Steiner gets on a little bit of a hot streak in terms of match quality around the
Hmm.
end of WCW. It's kind of funny, like as the company's burning, he's like fucking finally figured out how to be like a main event heel singles champ. You know?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
unfortunately it takes a while away and the WWE run doesn't work out. But
Well, they feel like there were people there self-sabotaging, so sabotaging him on purpose. One of them being Triple H.
hmm,
Anyway, so
it's
now we go.
possible.
It's the main event. It's Ric Flair versus Hollywood Hogan. It's a double turn. They so this is what happens after Super Bowl IX. The NWO makes fun of Ric Flair. Then they got his son. They do another Horseman parody. Hogan takes David Flair out. He buys him a stripper. Um, they had a big Ric Flair suddenly then says, I don't give a shit about my son, and Hogan calls him out on this. Uh fucking, Flair suddenly doesn't care about his son, whatever. What's the point of turning David Flair if Ric Flair doesn't give a shit that he turns? And what's the point of Hogan doing all these things that are supposed to make Ric Flair? I don't know. This match is a good idea on paper. The son betrays Flair, so Hogan and Flair now have to wrestle in a cage. but they ignore the first blood thing. It becomes a pinfall match. They do the double turn, and it's weird. It's fucking weird. Flair wins, which is great. Flair is now as a champ. But again, I kind of feel like Flair winning the belt after everything that he went through should be a massive moment. It should be a moment of celebration, and they kind of treat it like it's nothing. I do think again, I think Hogan is much better this year than he was last year. I definitely think these guys are trying, but they've been given. He hulks up. He hulks up. Hogan hulks up,
He
and
does.
it's a big moment. I remember being shocked. I mean, so I was watching these shows live, and when he hulked up, I was like, I don't think this was earned, but it's cool. Like, are they
Mm.
going to dissolve the end? I thought they were going to dissolve the NWO the next day because why is this guy hulking
Yeah,
up? Oh, they just kind of
yeah.
keep doing it. But yeah, this is essentially Hogan's face turn. This is and it's very strange. But yeah, I don't know that like listen on paper, Flair gets revenge. On they go back to their old ways. He gets the belt back. On paper, that's actually a great idea. The execution, not so much. What do you think?
No, I can see it on paper being a good idea because they didn't really do much to tease Hogan being a face leading up to this, right?
No, not really.
Yeah,
I mean, the Nitro before, he's like talking shit about David Flair and stuff. Like, yeah, not really.
all right. But yeah, I think people I guess again were ready for it because you can see it in the crowd that they're cheering for Hogan. They're not really booing him as much. They were booing Flair a little bit. They liked when he would do the air or he did the Hulk up. Like people wanted it. So I guess maybe a slower turn would have benefited more. I don't know. Um, 'Cause we'll see. We won't see this because we're gonna be we don't watch the nitros. But I remember the red and yellow being a big deal. Like when he goes back into the red and yellow in '99, and like it's like a huge moment for a lot of people. So I think yeah, again, if they executed a little better, I don't think they explained it that well. Having like not Billy Silver, Charles Robinson be like the referee and really screwing Hulk Hogan over. Like they just didn't really explain it that well. But like maybe like when Flair started bleeding, the referee like it's just kind of like Hogan's like, what are you doing? You know, the match's over. Just kind of make it a little more blatant that they're not on Hulk Hogan's side here. It could have been better, but they got to where they got to the finish line the way they wanted to.
Yeah. All right.
Also, the barbed wire, I remember Joey Styles going off on them, being like, it's rubber tipped barbed wire on an ECW once. He just kind of laid into them for having rubber tipped barbed wire.
Yeah, it was very weird. And this kind of marks the end of the NWO.
For now.
It's yeah, but I mean like the real NWO, the NWO 2000 is like come on. Anyway. So overall, I say skip the show. I say this is a waste of time. What do you think?
Yeah, don't need to really watch this one. I don't think there's a single match, even if you like Mikey Whipwreck and Billy Kidman, there's no real match to go see.
Yeah, no. All right, so let's go over the next 4 weeks. Next week, back to ECW, Living Dangerously 99, Sabu versus Taz. I'm sure Sabu put down the chairs. 2 weeks. Sabu always set up the chairs. You got to give him that. In two weeks,
I sure did.
it's WrestleMania 15, Austin versus Rock. In 3 weeks, it's Spring Stampede, and that's Hogan versus Flair versus DDP
Oh,
versus
thank God. Oh yeah. Sorry. Forgot there's more people in it.
yeah, there's a lot of people. Then in 4 weeks, it's Backlash 99, Austin versus Rock again. What are you excited for?
Either ECW or WCW. I kind of know where WrestleMania 15 goes, so it's there, but one of
I'm
those
excited
two.
for Spring Stampede and Backlash. WrestleMania 15, I'm not excited for.
Yeah, I don't really remember the backlash either. I know Austin and Rock, but not
I
the
mean,
rest of the
I just
card.
want to give that card another viewing. I haven't really watched too much of. I've seen the Rock Austin match a few times,
Hmm.
but I want to give the rest of the card like a real like, really watch it. So I'm
No, I
excited.
get that.
All right, that's the show. Kyle, what do you have to plug?
Um, what is it? If you're at Anime NYC, anime comedy show, we're doing a comedy show at Anime NYC. Go to Anime Comedy Show on Instagram to see exactly where we'll be on Friday, August 21st, September 12th. I don't think the tickets are on sale yet, but those will be the next character select comedy. So that'll be a lot of fun too. And that's it for now. Oh, wait, this the 15th, this Saturday. Poor Decisions with the Professor, Professor Nick Harrison, influencer, comedian. Gonna be a lot of funny entertainers and comedians on this show at City Winery, 6 o'clock. Please come hang with us.
Yes. And as for me, follow the podcast, subscribe, leave us the comments. We're getting into we're getting into some weird stuff. So keep it going. Yeah. All right. That's
Oh
it,
yeah.
guys. We'll see you next time because we're going to be living dangerously. We'll see you then.